And the message to the agent says, don't worry, we have your Wisconsin clients covered. We appreciate your referrals. And then I send it in an envelope with the little worry doll. So this is just something I did as a part of my touch plan. I don't really send this during the time I have the referral. I send it just randomly throughout the year. Like I'll send these once per quarter just to remind them, hey, we're still here. We're your Wisconsin referral partner. Don't forget about this. We'll take all your worries away when it comes to your agent referrals, your Wisconsin agent referrals. Okay, so now we're going to move on to meeting with a potential seller. So a couple different things that we do here is the first one is the chocolates. So we get these chocolates from a company called Noteworthy Chocolate, and they make these little chocolate business cards, and it comes in this little box. It's a pretty little box. But it basically says, thank you, McNamee Real Estate Team. It has my logo on it with a thank you. And then there's another one here that I have that I love also. It says, it was sweet meeting with you today, McNamee Real Estate Team. So I use these, like if I meet another fellow business owner for coffee, I'll send them this after we meet for coffee. It was sweet meeting with you today, and it's a chocolate bar that just shows up in their mailbox. The one thing that I will tell you about the chocolate is I live in the Midwest, so I can use the chocolate bars about 3/4 of my year without them worrying about them melting in someone's mailbox. But if you live in like Texas or Florida or somewhere really warm, like I know if I lived in Florida, like I know I could never use those in Florida. So keep that in mind. But that's something that I pretty much send every time I've had an appointment with a potential seller or even a buyer, you know, you can send that too. The Argyle socks. So this is another one that's kind of fun. These you can get on Amazon. I want to say they're like $1 a pair or something ridiculously cheap. And so when we meet with a seller and they're not quite ready to sign paperwork yet, I send a handwritten note with the Argyle socks, and the note says, thanks for the opportunity to apply for the job of selling your home. We can't wait to knock your socks off with our customer service. So it's you're letting them know, you know, thanks for your time today. You know, we're looking forward to working with you down the road. You know, here's the kind of fun service, you know, that you can expect when we work together. So that's the Argyle sock. Okay, so during the listing prep phase, there's a few different ones that we're going to go over. And this would be the time during your listing period that your paperwork is signed and you're working on all the things to get them ready to actually be an active listing on the MLS. So the first one we do, again, being that one of my best friends owns the bakery, that works out really well for me. She sends a 6-pack of cookies as a listing gift. And again, we get the listing. I go to the spreadsheet, I type in the name and address, and I say, for this person, I want a 6-pack. And then I've pre-written the cards. So she keeps a stash in a shoebox at her bakery of cards that I've already written out, and they're on my branded note cards. You know, I pre-fill them out on my note cards, and I just leave them with her so that she always has them. And she writes, or I write on the card, thank you for putting your trust in the McNamee Real Estate Team. We cannot wait to work with you. So it's just sending them cookies for a thank you for trusting us to help them sell their house. So that's what they first get. You could send, this one I don't do for everyone, but I don't know why I should be doing it for everyone. Sending them a bouquet of flowers from the florist to use on their dining room table during photo day. You could do that. I have a vendor guide. Where's my vendor guide? My vendor guide is actually in my book, but the vendor guide pretty much just looks like this. It's bound in a, it's bound with a clear cover with, it's an actual book. Like I have a binding machine that I bind them on. You could send them the vendor guide because think about it. They're getting their home ready for sale. They're meeting with my stager and getting all of that done. So they might need to hire a painter. They might need to hire a house cleaner. They might need to hire a carpet cleaner. All those things are listed in my vendor guide, and it's just a really nice value add to be able to send them while they're in that process of listing their house. You could get them an essential oil diffuser to use during their showings with some essential oils. You can make your own. See, I'm into making all my own stuff. Like I make all my own like essential oil diffusers or roll-ons. So you could make them an oil roller diffuser and call it Moving Zen, or for times when you're getting a little bit stressed out, you could roll this on. Anyway, you could go to ChatGPT and come up with a cute little saying and make your own custom roller bottle. Local coffee shop or gift card for those moments when they need a perk up once the chaos of moving begins. So again, it's just sending them a handwritten note with a coffee card to say, hey, when you're feeling like you need to relax, go grab a cup of coffee on me. Here's another one, Adulting in Style kit with wine tumblers, bottle opener, and a bottle of wine. Now, I'm really careful about sending alcohol to my clients. I don't actually drink myself, not for any reason other than I just don't for whatever reason. But I would just be worried. I'm a little concerned with the whole alcohol thing, and you don't know what someone's past history is, if they've had an issue with it in the past or anything. So I do personally try to shy away from that. I don't give alcohol for closing gifts or for pop-by gifts, but it's something that you could do if you wanted to. Okay, so listing or buyer under contract. So now they're under contract, right? They have an accepted offer. They're ready to start the moving process. So one thing that I like to do, and I'm actually out of them right now, but I just printed the sheet so you could see them. They're moving labels you can get from Amazon, and they're actually labeled with like kitchen, bathroom, heavy, fragile, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3. You can get a whole kit of these moving labels on Amazon for $8.50. So what we do is we get some Sharpie, get some Sharpie pens, get your moving labels. You could get one roll of packing tape, put it in a little gift bag, and then you can also order on Amazon like a 10-pack of moving boxes in different various sizes. So we keep those here at our office and then have our runner deliver like the moving kit once they go under contract. Or, if you don't have a runner to do your errands for you, you could also have all of that shipped directly from Amazon. Like Amazon ships it right in, you could have it shipped right to their door and then shoot them a little text to just give them a heads up. Hey, I just ordered a fun little treat for you from Amazon. If something random shows up on your front door, it came from me. Because sometimes I've sent gifts from Amazon and like it takes them a while to like figure out who it's from, even if you do the gift receipt thing. So anyway, that's an idea. Okay, so the other one is the Take 5 candy bar, and I actually, again, I'm out of those here. I don't have any in the office to show you, but I think it's made by Hershey's or Mars. It's a candy bar called Take 5. And we send the Take 5 candy bar with a note that says, it's time to take 5, take a deep breath before the packing begins. So that would be something you would send like right when they go under contract. And again, all these ideas are like, I think a candy bar is like $1.05 at the gas station, It's super cheap, but yet it makes you stand out as someone who's different. and they're getting all these fun little surprises, even though it's just a stupid candy bar. Like, it's fun to get stuff in the mail that you wouldn't buy for yourself. And then you could do the payday candy bar as it's coming up for closing day. You could send another note saying, hey, it's almost time for a payday, and obviously that wouldn't work for a buyer, but for a listing, that would definitely work for a listing. Okay, so, okay, next we're going to move on to closing day. So our main thing that we do for closing day is I'm all about being prepared. So this is actually the old one from when we were with Keller Williams. I'm still working through these. I have a few of these to get rid of yet. But this is a cooler. It's branded with my logo on it. And inside, I'm not going to pull everything out because I don't want to have to redo it. But it's like a roll of toilet paper, a roll of paper towel, garbage bags, dish rags, dish soap. There's some Norwex products in here. Wet wipes. There's a toolkit, just a small toolkit. There's a first aid kit. There's a flashlight, screwdriver, little mini hammer, box cutting knife to start undoing their packaging. So I was thinking to myself, the last time I moved, we got to the new house and we're like, oh crap, there's no toilet paper in the bathroom. All of our paper towel is packed. All of my kitchen rags are packed. My rubber gloves for cleaning, everything is packed. And so I basically, I thought, what could a person possibly need while they're moving, right? So I just put together that little thing. That's our closing gift. Sometimes we give a gift card to Home Depot with it as well. But it's just a super fun, actual functional gift for them to use on closing day when they're moving into their new house. So that's step one. Step two is pizza delivery on move-in day. So one of the things that I'm kind of known for is my vendor partnerships. And if you're in my Real Estate Ramp Up Insider Group Coaching Program, you hear me talk about this every single week, is my vendor partner program. So here's a free pizza coupon for a free pizza. So we send these coupons out with any handwritten note that we send out. We have pizza ones. We have one here for half a free sandwich at a local place. Here's one for a free cookie at my friend's bakery. Oh, and so here's what I want to talk to you about. When you're meeting these business owners, my friend who I keep talking about who owns the bakery, I did not know her when she opened her bakery. I walked in there and introduced myself as the local realtor who likes to partner with other local business owners to promote them. It's a win-win for her and for me, and now she's one of my best friends. How cool is that? So what I want you to think about is when you're building out your vendor guide or any of these referral programs, that is your door opener to walk into the bakery and say, hey, I can offer you something. Like, let's do a co-marketing campaign. You know, I pay for the coupons. They don't even have to pay for the coupons. So here's how I'm going to go back to move-in day. So when I do the pizza on move-in day, I already have a great relationship with the guy that owns the pizza place because he's one of my vendors that I do coupons for. So he just loves it because every single time I have a closing, he knows I'm going to order pizza for my family on move-in day. And so what I usually do is I will find out at the closing, hey, when are you moving in? Who's all helping you? And I ask it in a way where, I don't always tell them I'm sending pizza. Sometimes I do because I don't want the pizza to come and have them be like in between running the truck here and there and have no one at the house. So usually I'll text them and be like, hey, I'm sending over some